Toastmasters with you in Turkey. So welcome Toastmasters Club from Istanbul. It's Mia and Ankara. Let's get going, okay? So I'm going to share with you what we're going to do today. So we're going to spend about 30 to 40 minutes talking about my experience with leaders and leading a team. Then I would like to have you in breakout rooms where you exchange ideas, exchange experiences. Then you come back to the main room and we will share in the room. And I'm not sure if now, do you seriously want a breakout room? Since our group is pretty small, we can all stay in the same room and do a group sharing. So then we have more time for experiences and exchange if you like, okay? And then I'm gonna summarize and then we will move on from there and let's see if this talk is helpful to you or not. So when you look at this picture, how do you feel? I would like interactions, okay, from you. How do you feel? If I'm talking too fast, please let me know. I can slow down. How do you feel when you see this, if you're in that team? Anybody interested to share?
Well,
if you, yeah,
in the middle
please.
of the in the middle of the picture, there's some control freak people probably, and the others just obey them.
How do you feel if you're one of the members? How do you feel? Do you feel good? Do you feel, you know, you don't have to take responsibility and you just play along?
Which one? As a control freak or the
No,
obeyers?
as a team member.
In here, like probably I will be annoyed because it seems like there's just two type of people in there. The one with this, as I said, control freak, the fake leader, and the other one just do what is said. So
Excellent.
I will be annoyed.
Yes, you'll be annoyed. What about Gusa? If I get your name wrong, Gusa, you would like to say something?
Yes. When I see one leader, but he or she is probably under the stress because of the other members. And I think it is so annoying for him. That's all. And also the other members have a very has an expectation for him. Big expectation, maybe. I can see.
Fantastic. I mean, it's very interesting, right? The very same picture and different people see it differently. Okay. Okay, I'm going to show you another slide and let's see, how do you feel then? So there's somebody who is helping. There's a hole between the cliff. So somebody is helping to make you go through to achieve going higher up. How do you feel when you are in such a team? Or what do you see? Because it's very interesting now because you see different things.
Yeah, because like in IEEE, probably most persons knows about that. The IEEE, there is some code. We rise by lifting each other. So I see the exact thing in here.
That is fantastic. What about Gusa? How do you feel now looking at this? Do you feel that you're stressed?
Yes, I see the people who wants to reach their aim, and these people get help, but I think they don't seem to realize it. And yes,
this is very interesting. Any other views? Very interesting, Gusa.
I see.
For me, it's a kind of reflection of the leadership style.
Excellent.
What you will underline today for us, be there and just go.
Okay.
The
who
team
else?
members will follow you.
Excellent. Okay, who else? Who else has another perspective? Because it's getting very interesting now because everybody sees it differently. It's the very same picture, but everybody sees it differently. Based on what? On your experiences that you have had, you know. So can anybody willing to give a comment or two now before I go to the next slide? Melton, I would like to hear from you, Melton.
I love the idea they have the same target, same aim, their vision altogether. Although they are independent, their vision same, so they run to the same target. I feel like that.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So leadership, like what I say, is very different. And imagine if you are the leader now. You are the leader now, huh? Let me go back to that. Imagine you're the leader now. Gustav felt that, oh, there's a lot of pressure, huh? Everybody is expecting something from me. Division head, I don't have your name on the tag. You feel that, oh, the people are, he's a control freak, okay? My very first instinct is also, oh, this is a control freak. And I have been in that situation before in a team where the boss decide when you should stand, when you should sit, when you should talk, when should you not, and when not to use your brain and when to use your brain. So this was something that really doesn't correspond to my nature, and I don't like that. So when I lead a team, what do you think? Should I push this kind of idea through, or should I push this kind of idea through? So I'm throwing this question back to you. Think about it. In terms of being a team member, how do you feel? And think about it when you are leading. What kind of a reaction? What kind of action or reaction are you going to get? Think about that, because that is very important. Because once you know your intention, I would like to talk about intention. The intention is when you do something, you have an intention, okay? Sometimes the intention is very hidden. You don't see it, people don't see it, but you know it. So, but you are selling something else. Okay, you could be selling team building, you can be selling perfect working environment, perfect team, and you know, challenging and all this, but your intention was something else. So how do the people know? People could feel it. Even though your words can be perfect, perfectly trained, perfectly, you know, adapted to the situation, but your intention is gonna do something about that. So for example, when Melton called, talked to me and asked, can you come and give us a talk? I said, sure. And I was asking her, what do you want? And she said, oh, leadership. And after 3 times talking to her, it was still leadership. So I could feel that Melton's intention is to, you know, to share with you guys certain leadership qualities that maybe she sees somewhere else, and also to empower you guys. So this is the intention that I see when I talk to Melton. So if she imagine today she's selling me something that, oh, I would like you to come and help my clubs in Turkey, but actually her intention is something else. I can tell you the words might be correct, but I could feel it somehow. Why? Because we human beings are very intelligent. When someone is selling you something that doesn't correspond to what they are saying, you might not be able to nail it at that moment, but you can feel it. This is when you meet people. Am I too fast? When I meet people telling me something, and then you feel that, ooh, something is very fishy. It sounds good, it sounds perfect, but something is fishy. This is the situation when the intention and the words they are using doesn't correspond. Okay, so why I'm telling you this, when we are leading, it is very important to, and very clear. You have to be very clear. What is your intention? Like Melton's intention, I could read it, is to empower you guys, to let you learn leadership. You know, she's organizing so many things, and not every division leader will do that. I tell you, my division leader is not doing that, but she's doing that. Why is she doing it? Okay, why is she doing it? For me, her why is something very positive, because she wants to empower people in Turkey to be good leaders, to be good communicators. Okay, this is the intention that I read from her. So imagine if Melton is going to tell me, well, she could have done otherwise. You know, she met me somewhere else. She could have said, oh, let's be friends, Gloria, and that's it, and not share this kind of friendship or this kind of knowledge to the clubs and to the members. She could have done that, but she's not. So why am I saying all this? Because this is important. Look at people like Mahatma Gandhi, that he's an Indian lawyer. He will hunger himself, you know. He will fast for so long that nearly killed him. Look at Nelson Mandela, who get jailed for 27 years in prison. And look at, I'm not sure if you know, do you know the movie Freedom Writers? Okay, maybe you should go check this movie out. Okay, Freedom Writer. It's about Erin Gruwell. Erin Gruwell is a lawyer. She studied law at the university, graduated. She could have become a very good lawyer and earning good money, but she didn't do that. She went to a high school to teach. And she was not teaching the best class in the school. Actually, she was teaching all the gangsters in the school, because America was doing this program where good schools has to incorporate also neighborhood, kids, and all these kids were either colored or they are not accepted by the environment and all the society, and they could not write or read at the age of 14 to 16. They were high school, but they could not write or read. So what did she do? She taught these children to read and write, and they were all gangsters. They were all in gangs, and they were all in street fights, and they have known people who died in the family. So why would a woman who has a very good education give that up, go to a high school to be a poor teacher, and she had to take 2 part-time jobs to finance the books that she wants to buy for the kids? And in the end, her marriage broke down because of that. So why would you think about it, Gandhi, Mandela, and Erin Gruwell, why would these people who has a very good education, could get perfect job, would give all that up just for, just for a vision, or for a better society, or for a better future of somebody else, not even for themselves? So I would like you to think in these terms. Why are these people doing all that? This is because their intention is different. Their intention is not about themselves. Their intention is to have a better society. Okay, so the intention, let me get back to intention. Intention for me is a very important thing, because once your intention is clear and pure, your choice of words will come automatically. Okay, you will not choose aggressive words. You will not choose words that will hurt, but rather you will choose words that will make people work together, will make people go together. Okay, and when your intention is correct, your body language already speaks what you're speaking. The people will not go, what is she saying? It sounds very good, perfect, but something is fishy. Or when your intention is clear, very often you will watch out for the weak. You will watch out for the shy. You watch out for the quiet people in the team. These are people that needs a pat on the shoulder to help them move on. And during difficult times or conflicts, intention is even more important. That's how I do it. For example, when leading a team and my team members are not happy with me, okay? And then they'll give me some feedback or some comments, and then I get angry, right? So when you get angry, I will ask myself, what is in the way? Is it my ego? Is it my pride? Or is he telling or she telling me something that is true that I'm not good at and I still cannot accept it? Maybe it's about time to look at this kind of stuff. Other than intention, we should also be very sensitive to other people's feeling. I'm not sure about you, but I'm somebody who talks a lot and talk really fast, and sometimes I can get really aggressive. And I hurt people without even knowing. Those who are shy, those who are quiet, they will not come and tell me, hey Gloria, you are horrible, whatever words that you have said. No, they won't tell you. They will just keep quiet. They will just walk away. So be very careful when you're leading a team. Watch out for such things. Watch out for people's feeling. Watch out for things that could happen that you do not have the intention to hurt, but instead you hurt somebody. And also build a place that is safe to fail. When I was president in the Toastmasters Club, I was building a very safe place for them to fail. Meaning, you can make mistakes. Making mistakes is not something bad. Learning from mistakes is something good, but don't make the same mistakes 10 times, then something is wrong, right? So that's how I always tell my team, when you do things and when you allow them to use their brain and to use their creativity, I cannot tell you, you're gonna get fantastic results. Like when I was president in my club, all my committee members were new. None of them has ever taken a committee role. So nobody knows what has been done before. So they got really creative and they created fantastic things. And during that year, we were having the maximum, new members. We hit all our targets. After 6 months, I was telling them, hey, let's look for a successor. And they were like, what? I thought we just started. So this is a good sign. These are signs that leaders should look out for. To this very important word, signs. When you react to a situation or when you don't react to a situation, it does send a signal to the team. For example, the father of Mandela, he was a tribe head. And what he did was he will allow all the other tribes, to speak. And then he'll be the last to speak. And when everyone speaks, he will not show any emotion. He will not show positive nor negative, agreeing or disagreeing. Why? So that the people are allowed to speak what they want to say. So when you start showing certain emotions, like, oh, you agree, then the next speaker is going to say all the things that you want to hear. Okay. Or if you're going to show something that, I don't agree. And the next speaker will try to avoid all the problems that you don't want to hear. So this is an example, a positive example. I can give you a negative example. I was before working in a group, and the vice of my team head was lying throughout the whole meeting. And my team head, my boss at that time, did not say a word. So the whole team realized that, okay, that's the rule. You can lie, but so long as the boss is behind you, you can say what you want. So why am I showing all this? Because giving signs and signal to people, sometimes even though you feel that you're not saying a word, you are still giving signs and signal. And the people are smart. They can tell. So be very sensitive and be very careful in that sense. And being a leader, very often, you also have problem and conflict management. These are things that you cannot avoid, and I think you should not avoid. Okay, it is something that is tough. It is something that is challenging. I would encourage you to try that all out in Toastmasters, because this is a very safe space. Try out problem management, try out conflict management. On my very first day being the president, I made a huge mistake. I started changing the agenda and the whole meeting went messy. And then there was some seniors there commenting, criticizing. And my committee members was nervous. They all came to me and said, Gloria, they shouldn't be complaining. This is our first meeting. We had no clue. So, and this person continue. Is a senior in my club. Her intention was good. She was trying to help us, but her message, the way she talked to us, was harmful. So in the end, I had to do problem management, which I didn't really like doing, but I had to, because my committee members were threatened. Maybe it's too harsh a word, but they were scared. Okay, so in order to protect my committee members, I had to talk to her. So I had a 1 hour talk with her, a very serious talk. I told her everything that I don't feel is okay, but in a tone and in a manner and in intention that my intention was to help her change. My intention was not to shoot her. My intention was not to make her small, but to tell her, this is the impact that I'm receiving. This is the impact that I'm receiving from my team and from me. And it's not something good for my team, not for the club. So in the end, she realized that. And she's thankful until today, that somebody dares to tell her such a thing. Very often we avoid such issues and topics because it's easier. We want to be the nice guy. Sometimes being the nice guy can be very harmful for the club, for the team, for work. So what I'm trying to encourage you is not to start pointing you or you or you. No, these are communication skills that we can learn in Toastmasters. And I will encourage you to polish, to try, to experiment. And as you go along, you're going to feel that, okay, I'm getting better. And get feedback. Feedback is the breakfast of champions. Get feedback. Getting feedback, they will tell you, okay, I wanted to say this, but actually it's not this topic that came over, but it's something else. And maybe it's received well, maybe it's not. Then getting this feedback, then you realize that, I can improve on that. That's how I can improve. That's how people see me, although it's not me. And I get that very often at work. You know, they will tell me, Gloria, the way you talk is horrible. I say, I know, when I'm nervous, the way I talk is really horrible. But my intention is never to harm somebody. My intention is to help. So let me check my slides as I'm talking so much. So I'm going to ask you, when you are leading a team, do you know why you want to do that? Think about it, okay? You don't have to give me all your answers today, but I would like to give you some impulse to change and to rethink. Why did you want to lead? When I was leading my, being a president in my club, my intention was to learn how to lead. I had no clue how, and I had no good examples how. So what I did was all the things that happen at work that I don't like, I put it into a list, and I keep telling myself, don't do that. Don't do that to your team. Don't do things that you hated to your team. So that's how I build up, and slowly I try, okay, if I'm not supposed to do that, maybe I can try this, you know, that's not on my don't do list. And then start discovering areas and capabilities and how I can talk to people. So this is my why. Do you know your why when you want to lead your team? Because once you know your why and somebody give you a stupid command and really hurt you, you will still get up and do it. But if you don't know your why, somebody give you a stupid command, the next thing you do is, thank you very much, I'm leaving. Okay, I've seen many of such people. So think about your why. And when you know your why, very often you know your how. Okay, it is linked. Because when you know your why, then you think of, you get very creative. When you know your why, you get creative. Okay, if I want this, then I'll think of how can I get there? How can I get my team there? And the where is, where do you want your team to? For example, I'm leading at work now. I keep telling you, I love opinion. I love feedback. Good or bad, it doesn't matter. Good is good for my ego and my motivation. When it's bad, it's good for me to improve, rooms for improvement. So then the people will start, they are willing to tell you the truth. If you stop people from telling what you should be listening or should be hearing, then you will not get a real picture of what is going on. Okay, you get a fairy tale. Some people love fairy tales, but I don't like living in a fairy tale. And I love my team to be using their brain. You don't have to be smart, but please use your brains when you're doing something else. So let's learn together and let's move together and grow together. That has always been my objective when leading a team. So think about that in that kind of a context. You know, why are you doing it? How are you going to do it? Where are you leading your team? Are you making them more independent, more smart? Are you empowering them? Or like the first picture, are you making them more stupid because they are not allowed to use their brain and then they will just have to say yes, ma'am, or yes, sir, yes, sir. So think about that. It's nothing about right and wrong. I would say it is about decision. It's your choice, your decision. What kind of a leadership, what kind of path you want to take, and what kind of a leadership and what kind of path you want your team to take. Okay? And another tip that I would like to give you is the who. So when I was leading in the Toastmasters Club, as I don't have any mentors, and we have a lot of seniors who were very warm. They were saying, Gloria, don't be afraid, we are there for you. So that really calms my nerves down because I had no clue if I'm gonna be the weakest link, because my club was having 5 or 6 consecutive years of distinguished president club. So I was very afraid that I'm gonna get anything lower than that. And they were very warm and welcoming and said, don't worry, we are there for you. If you have trouble, we are there for you. So do you have a who? Do you have a mentor? Do you have a coach? Like the lady that I was telling you who was causing problem in my club, you know who I took as a mentor and a coach? I took my boss at work. That I went to him and said, how can I deal with a situation when people are behaving that way? And then he said, Gloria, talk to that person. Secondly, don't forget about it. Follow up 1 month later or follow up, you must follow up. Why? He told me why. Because when you don't follow up, that person feels that, okay, you're not giving your attention to me again. Sometimes these people are seeking attention or seeking help, you know. So when you follow up, they feel that, aha, I am important. Yes, this person is listening. It's not just commenting, but listening. So much. Is it too much to digest at the moment? Are you guys okay? Are you guys shocked? Okay, you're not shocked. Okay. So I would like to move forward to, do you know your intention? Can we do a sharing now? When you are leading a team, how many of you are leading a team now? Just a show of hands. 1, 2, 3. Plus Melton, 4. That's good. So how do you know your intention when you tell your team to do something, or when there's a conflict, or when there's, can you please share? Kusa.
I'm a leader of my football team. I'm a player.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes, football team, and I'm a leader in there. So we are so crowded team, and the members are different each other, as you know. And sometimes we had a trouble about some topics and some about something. And I'm always try to be calm and understandable for these people, and I try to solve this problem not immediately. Sometimes I flow this way, and I'm waiting, and that's all. As a leader, I have a lot of responsible for these people. Sometimes I manage to time, I manage to people's training days, something else. Yes, that's all.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing. I think that's fantastic. I think that's exactly what a leader should be. Well, I'm not here to judge, huh? But that's how I would like myself to be. Let's put it that way, to be a leader. Anybody else would like to share? Yes,
Gloria?
Ashraf or Sami.
Ashraf?
Yes, Sami, if you would like, you can start. Okay, for me, actually, I think if the leader doesn't know the intention of what he is doing or what he is going to order his team to do, it is a disaster. If we consider someone who is driving the car and he doesn't know the arrival point, it is a disaster. Could you imagine where he is going to?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But you'll be surprised in big organization, very often it's very flu, you know. The destination is very flu. You have no clue because the upper boss wants it that way and you will just do it. You're right. Thank you, Ashraf. Sami, would you like to share with us?
I will thank you, Gloria, sharing the counter two things together, which is very hand in hand, not only in teamwork or leadership, blah, blah, blah.
Yes,
I mean,
right.
in professional level, I'm a husband, I'm a father, I was a son,
Yes.
and I'm, as a member of a society, I mean, the whole world, my society, as a world citizen, I'm just a humble piece of the unity of humanity. So the intention reflects your light
You're right.
You cannot, how to say,
Pretend
yes.
or fake it. You cannot fake
Most
it.
of the people can catch you
Yeah.
if you intend to pretend as if you are somebody
Exactly.
by doing. Because of your reflection, you will be catched.
Yeah.
And
Sooner
what
or
is
later.
interesting, this is something coming from Eastern part of my personality.
Yes.
And use your brain, use your intellectual capacity, you said.
Yes.
So this is very impressive for me. Thank you.
I thank
Because
you. I think
this is left brain side and right brain side together.
you're right. You're right, Sami.
In
You're
order
right.
to be able to go through over your even vision, you should be on the path. That's why we are call it pathways, not road. This is path, must be walk on. And you should have other people to develop yourself. You are in dire need of hearing others' perspective.
Yes.
How
Yes.
can you improve otherwise?
Yes, you're right. But some are in dire need to get recognition, you know. So then you feel it. You feel it if that person is there to get recognition, or is that person there for the team or for somebody else. You seriously feel it, even if they don't tell you. Anything else, Sami?
Thank you. If you are very sincere, one of my presentations speech title was "Go there, be there, and just walk." It was about my leadership style.
Excellent.
Because
Excellent.
we are a bunch of people, like now we are including you, 11 people, less but much.
Yes, I'm very happy,
because
to be
everyone
honest.
here is very enthusiastic to learn, to share much more than learning.
Yes, that is my objective. I came with the intention to help, but I would like to share. I don't want to be the only person telling you what to do, but you know, when we exchange ideas, we are gonna be multiple times stronger than to have our own ideas. And I'm very happy, to be honest. Having a small group is better with small and intense rather than a big group where half the team or half the group is not listening or doing something else, you know. So I'm very happy, very honored. Anybody else who would like to share? If not, we will
So
go.
we are sharing
Yes,
the
please.
intention of our leadership, right?
Can you repeat that?
Like we are sharing our real intention of
Exactly.
being a leadership, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
So I am in charge of my student club in university.
Yes.
And it's a computer
science.
How can I call computer science club? Actually, it's called as computer society. My main intention is actually creating a place to show off their skills of my friends, because if they can give a speech about their work areas, they can add those speech into their LinkedIn and into their CVs to show the other people that they are expert at those topics, and they can benefit from those speeches. Actually, my intention is creating a value for those people. Well, I am also caring about the attendees, but for most the persons who are explaining a subject.
That's fantastic, because you're doing a platform to sell the talents of your university. So when you have that kind of an intention, very often people feel it. And when the people are in line with your thoughts, they will just share without having to, you know, oh, this is my knowledge and you're not allowed to know it. You know, it's a very different environment. And this is important. That's why I added to the invitation, you know, like mine, those people who feel that way, they will be okay when they hear me talk things like that. There are people who are not okay. Like, for example, just last week, my team member was telling me, don't ask me if I want to do it, just tell me to do it. And I was shocked. I was like, oh, okay. This is something that I don't like people telling me what to do, but really ask me what I want to do. Then I get somebody that's totally opposite of me saying, don't ask me because I don't want to do it. But if you tell me I have to do it, I'll do it. So at times we have very different people who think very differently. I have this feeling we all here think very alike. So when we talk about things, I don't really have to explain. You really know what I mean. And if I imagine that person opposite you is in your team and is totally different from you, what are you going to do? Conversation, you know, connecting with them, conversation, use your soft skills. And these are skills that we learn here in Toastmasters. Soft skills, communication skills, talk to them. And then sometimes just talking is not enough. You still have to ask again, do you really mean that? I don't understand what you're saying. I was always like, what are you saying? I don't understand what you're trying to tell me. Then you explain in other words. Then I say, aha, okay, now I understand. And this is my point of view. This is your point of view. We might not be hand in hand, but we can still live together and work as a team together for the sake of the team, you know, not for your sake, nor my sake. So let's put our dispute aside and then move forward. So I'm very happy, to be honest, I'm very happy that this group is really small. So we can really do intense and in-depth discussion. So I don't think we need the breakout rooms. I'll rather have everybody here and let's exchange and let's share. Okay. There are certain questions I was thinking just to maybe to trigger you a bit, you know, make you think a little bit, like what does servant leadership reminds you? What does it mean to you? If you don't want to answer, it's fine. Huh? It's perfectly fine. But I would like you to take these questions home and maybe think and reflect about it, because sometimes we are not so clear what is servant leadership. What my company is now doing is that we are doing Agile. I'm not sure if you know Agile. SAFE framework. So it talks about servant leadership. So every leader that's in that framework should be a servant leadership. But I just had my PI planning, and that woman, you know, leading was saying, I just want a yes or a no, and not a, well, in German, it's a doch. Doch is a yes. And she was say, I don't want that doch. Give me a yes or a no. And I was like, okay, so much so to servant leadership. Because in servant leadership, very often you persuade, you don't force. This is not authoritarian leadership. You try to persuade. If that person doesn't agree with you, you try to persuade and you try to tell them why, you know, tell them why. But then here is, so, well, sometimes like big organization, it can happen. They have a very nice logo on it, but inside is very, very messy. So look at the second question. When you are leading, are you aware of the impact on you yourself, and on others? Others can be your family, your club, your team, your organization, and even your family. Are you aware of that? Because I check my, what do you call, body temperature? I check my mood, because I know that when I'm very stressed at work and when after work, I'm very impatient. I'm very impatient with my family, and I'm very impatient with who is near me. You know, my loved ones near me. I'm impatient. I don't have that patience anymore, because I was using too much energy at work. So check yours. What is your leadership style? Are you aware that you have a leadership style? And are you willing to bring it to your next best level? Okay. Question number 4 is, are you sensitive to the needs of your team? Are you? Or should the team be sensitive to your needs? You know? And the question number 5 is, are you ready for problem and conflict management? So is there anybody who likes to take a question and we do some sharing and we do some exchange of experiences. Oh, it's good.
Maybe
I would like
start.
to hear from you. Yes, sure.
Okay.
Please start. Please start.
Okay. So about the servant leadership. So like, you know, in university, there are more than one clubs always. So when we compare our clubs to the others, so in the other clubs, there are some kind of hierarchy between the executive committee. So there are some, okay, president, vice president, the other attendees of the executive committee. But in our group, like we are trying to build just a straight line, all of the people. Like we know that there are some roles to fill, but we are not strict with those roles. So those are just there. So we need to fill in paper. That's kind of bureaucracy. But we are trying to put everyone's hands on the rack. So this is a Turkish code, by the way. So all the members of executive committee do everything. And like what I mean by do everything. So there is some roles that we carried, but to create more efficient time management, to create avoid from some problems, everyone do everything in just a straight line without any hierarchy. So that is the thing that servant leadership reminds me.
Thank you very much. Yes, this is very much often the case. Like when I was president, I come back to my club because that was the best moment of my life in leadership. That was my first and was my best. I was saying, if with this team, I can move mountains because everybody is watching everybody's back. So should you be not able to do something, there will always be somebody who will say, I will help you. You know, they will not say, oh, you cannot do it. Okay, that's your fault, you know. You make sure you get it done. I don't care. Or no, we were all ready to help each other out. Although the roles are very clear. This is your job. This is my job. But if somebody comes into difficulty, we will share. We will carry the load. And once you share carrying the load is less heavy than to carry the load alone. So a lot of people are not aware of that. But I could feel that you guys are really advanced in this stage that I really don't have to tell you anything. You already know everything that I know. So anybody else who would like to share? Oh, it's good. I would like to hear from you. You're my evaluator. You have to unmute.
Özgün said that he will speak in 5 to 10 minutes. He cannot talk right now.
Okay.
It's on chat. It's on chat.
Okay, because I cannot read the chat. Okay, this is another thing with Zoom. When I'm sharing, I cannot. Okay, good. Thank you for telling me that. Anybody else who would like to share? Are you afraid of problem and conflict management? These are things that we cannot avoid. You know, there will be people testing your nerves, testing your leadership capability. Yes, Sami.
I am partly expert on crisis management.
Oh, excellent. Share with us.
What is the core value of crisis management is the definition of crisis. It has an Eastern root coming from Chinese ancient history.
Yes.
Crisis has the two different meanings together. If you are able to overcome the dangers, the difficulties of the crisis, of the situation, in that case, you will have a brand new opportunity.
Yes, you're right.
From the situation.
Yes.
To learn, to improve. So be courage to face it.
This is the tough part, right? To be courageous. Yes. This is the tough part.
More than get rid of your comfort zone, blah, blah. Because in these days, we all are in the unexpected thunderstorms.
Yes.
And we are members of the only one team. Everybody on the planet is
Yes,
a
the human being team.
crew of the same and the only one ship called Blue Planet. So serve yourself to improve. So servant leadership takes the spirit from that philosophy, and it's more than the philosophy, it's the reality.
Thank you very much. You're right. That's good. You're back. You want to talk to us?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry. Yeah.
Don't worry.
Can I start or not?
Can you repeat that again?
Can I start now?
Yes, sure. We are waiting
Okay.
for you. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Gloria, for this wonderful workshop. I was listening to you and you gave very important details, very important details and very important feedbacks for us for leadership skills. Normally, this type of workshops, if there are no much people, sometimes speakers or the people who give the workshop feel a little bit demotivated. But I don't see anything from your side. You are
No, I'm motivated with you guys. I'm totally motivated because I'm so surprised that I was thinking, I'm going to share with you my sharing. In the end, you are sharing yours with me. So
it's normal. Technical issue is normal. Don't worry about that. Technical issue is normal. And also, when you're speaking, you are very nice and calm voice, and we understand that you are ready and you know very much details about your topic. Actually, it's very important. Sometimes some workshop leaders voice a little bit not calm, not very motivated, or it's like too. I mean, it's too normal for them. It's like, okay, again, leadership, again. But you are very motivated and you are very nice when you deliver your workshop, because it's important for us who wants to listen something about leadership, even these hard times, pandemic and other problems, economic problems. Maybe, just in 2 days, dollar increased too much against Turkish lira. And people don't see themselves very clear because they don't know what happened in future.
Yes,
and generally, the workshop was very effective and useful because people, wants to share something, their experience, their feedback, knowledge. Because sometimes the workshop leader asks too many questions, but not so much people wants to answer that, and it's very bad because it's like you are speaking against the wall.
Maybe they're shy.
Yeah, but it's not because we are Toastmasters. We don't have to be shy. Okay,
we are Toastmasters.
In other platforms maybe, and actually it's not an excuse, because when you're attending a workshop like public speaking, leadership, or personal development, it means you want to break your barriers, break your limits, and you need to push yourself for doing something. And also during your workshop, I noticed that we are not so much people, but everyone wants to listen to you. And I checked that nobody quit from the workshop.
Not yet.
Not yet. Really important, because sometimes, we are studying, for example, 20 people, and end of the workshop, we saw that, only 5 people or 6 people or 11 people, but nobody.
Well, do let me know if that happens to me. You can tell me, Gloria, shut up, you're talking nonsense, please change. And I will say, okay, I will adapt before the people start going away.
Maybe the opposite side, maybe they want to listen to you.
No, I'm very happy, very honored to be here.
And
very
other
honored
thing
to...
I want to thank you very much.
I thank you all very much.
Please continue.
I think this is a fantastic evening. I didn't expect this. I thought it's a more quiet ones, like one I had. That's where Melton met me when I was at the COT of division. Oh, what's my division? C? I'm very bad. Switzerland. Anyway, so that's how she met me. And there are people who like to talk. There are people who are more shy. You know, talking in front of so many people is not always and not necessarily easy. And all this comes with training. And I feel that my sharing with you is my takeaway with Toastmasters is I learned all this from Toastmasters. Before, I could not talk in such a calm manner. I lose my words, I lose my thoughts, and I talk really fast, so fast so that I can quickly finish my speech and get away from the stage. But all this is thanks to Toastmasters that they give us this platform to learn. A peer-to-peer learning is always easier than to have somebody in front telling you you're doing right or wrong. You know, and Toastmasters allow you to learn at your speed. It doesn't force you that, okay, I'm giving you room for improvement. You better improve by the next speech. No, you are allowed to learn at your own speed. And this is something that I really cherish. And I use this as a platform to experiment. And my first experimentation was leadership skills. You know, then now
one last thing I want to add.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, the one last thing. You're a little bit worried about your speaking speed. Don't worry about it. It's about the participants, because we have a nice translation service for this workshop.
Okay.
I saw that, and yes, sometimes you're worried about the people don't understand you or not. And if there is a problem, people notice you during the workshop, and when you're asking very much, hey, am I speaking very fast or something like that? It's not seems very nice, because it also feels us guilty about you. So, so yeah, generally, but in general way, your speaking speed or speaking level is very nice. I think everyone understands you, even the people who has a not very much English level. Also, they can understand your speaking quality.
Thank you very much, Oxgun. You are very, very kind, because I know that from my club, they tell me I'm talking like TGV, you know, the fastest train in France. When I get excited, I get so quick, and they say it's really tiring listening to you because you talk so fast. So this has been my weakness all this while, but you know, with time, with Toastmasters, I slow down. I don't know how I slow down, but I just simply slow down. Okay, a lot of talking about myself. I would like to hear from you before we I think we have to slowly close, if I'm not wrong. Anybody would like to share anything? Because I think we are a very close group, and we can share, you know, good examples, bad examples, how we can help each other grow. And I would like to encourage you to build a team of mentors, helping other leaders who need experience to you know, that you help them a stage, the beginning stage, how to get on it. Gusa, yes, I saw that you would like to say something. Go on.
Yes. Can we finish these questions? Or
yes. Yes.
We finished?
Would you like to answer any of the questions? Yes,
I can answer the first question. Are you sensitive to the needs of your team? Yes, I have a. I can answer this question. I am very sensitive for my team and their needs, because the main for the leadership, for the leader, sorry for my English.
Don't worry, go on.
Yes. The needs of your team is so necessary. For example, I'm trying. We have every initial of the season. We have a lot of new member comes from the other university or other city, and we always try to learn new skills from these people, because our support is new in Turkey. So nobody's have an experience after the before the university. So this sport is new for everybody. So this is very good. I think it is so motivating people because they know nobody's know initially. So I can learn and I improve myself this way. So we are always try to help these people to improve their body shape, on their health or their food types maybe, and then, this is motivated me, and
yes,
day by day we have been growing day by day, and yes.
This is fantastic because imagine sometimes we are not aware of our impact on the people, but you will get to see it when you look back in time. So I'm sure when you look back in 5 years time, 10 years time, you're going to be very proud of yourself.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Gusa. Anybody would like to share? Melton is very quiet. Melton, would you like to share something?
Yes, sure. I think leadership requires